So hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first proper video on these languages, so please like and subscribe. Now so this is basically the introduction video for my channel, and I will discuss what I will do in my future videos. So I'll start off with the world building. That's the first thing that we'll start off with. These aren't going to be single video plans. It's a long term. What I'll basically do over the long term. A lot of the first few videos will be about world building, and well, I'll go into detail after these points about these points later on. So next I'll do some conlanging. For those of you who don't know what conlanging is conlang is short for constructed language, and conlanging means to make a constructed language. It is actually really fun. If you've never done it before, then I'm excited. You should be excited too to do this. And at the end, I'll just do the world building that I've done and language showcasing. So basically an overview of what we've already done. So for the world building, as I said, I'll go into more detail about each of those parts. So for the world building, I'll do how the creatures and animals evolved over time. It will include a bit of biology in that, but I don't want to sound like a science class, so I'll make sure there's not too much science in there. And that's why I'll incorporate some elements of magic in there and how they evolve with the influence of magic. And maybe magic wasn't in the world at the very start, and they got started being influenced by magic at a later point. We'll also be making some magic systems, which are basically different ways of how magic work. For example, in Harry Potter, magic is controlled by wands, and the cores that have inside them can change how magic works. And like in the inheritance cycle, magic is a naturally occurring thing, but it is controlled by a language of the elves known as the ancient language. So we'll do both human-made languages and naturally occurring, not languages, magic systems, so both naturally occurring magical systems and man-made magic systems. We'll also do some human civilizations, how humans civilize over time, and that will nicely lead off to conlanging. Yeah, I did just use PowerPoint for it because, yeah, this is my first video. So, we'll explore both naturalistic and unnaturalistic naturalistic and unnaturalistic languages. A natural language is a language that is natural for a human to speak. It sounds very natural. It has a very natural phonemic inventory, and it doesn't sound very monstrosic. Like English, all the languages that are spoken in everyday life are all natural languages. Unnatural languages, on the other hand, are languages that are not spoken by humans, or are languages that are not meant to depict humans, or are just monstrosities that do not have very naturalistic phonemic inventories, where they have sounds that are very random and do not make sense. For example, there's a specific pattern of what kind of sounds a language tends to have, and it's not completely random, and if it's random, then it's not very natural. And what I also mean by natural is languages that are now spoken by humans, maybe alien languages, maybe languages spoken by animals. We'll also be doing some writing systems. Now, writing systems may not sound very interesting, but it actually is. It's actually one of the funnest part, believe it or not. At least I believe so. We'll also do how evolution how evolution happens of the languages, how languages change over time, how the phonemic inventory changes over time, how people start talking differently. For example, in many British accents, the T sounds are glottalized, and instead of a T or T sound, it turns into an sound, like in bottle, or in how other people might say, like the in uh-oh, that way. and that will nicely lead off how uh, the languages can change over time into different languages, because if a specific group of people are isolated and they are not socializing with other people, then the language will naturally change over time and become a completely different language. Well, not completely, you will be able to see how they are related, like, believe it or not, even English and even I don't know, German are related. Well, they are, because they are all from the Germanic family. But Latin, Italian, Spanish, they are different languages, but they can't come from the same um, tree of Indo-European, and Indo-European eventually turned into European, Germanic, which went into German and English. We also have the Indo-Iranian, which turned into the Indo-Aryan, and then Indic, and then the going to Sanskrit was the main language, I believe, and then it turned into classic Sanskrit, and the Vedic Sanskrit turned into Sanskrit, classical Sanskrit, which was spoken by the upper class, and it also turned into Prakrit, which isn't one language but was a collection of different languages that evolved off Vedic Sanskrit. There are a lot of those languages. Not all, but most languages spoken in India are those languages, excluding the Dravidian languages. So yeah, I think I spoke too much about that. Uh, yeah. So basically, this is a showcasing, as I said, this is basically an overview of what we did. I'm not sure if I will do like this as an actual sequel, continuation of the previous thing that we did, but I might do this like as a side thing and do something else as well at the same time. This will be like the side videos, and the main sequence I'll be working on will be something else. We'll see about that when I get to that point, but at the moment I think it really depends. I might do this as the actual sequel thing, or I might do this as the side videos and the main sequence will be something else. I don't know what I will do after I finish this stuff. Maybe I'll do the same thing again, but I'll ask you guys eventually. So at first I will do an overview of the species, again the how species evolved over time and how they're influenced by the magic in the world, and again the soft and hard magic systems. I think this is a soft and hard magic system is terminology made by, I believe, Brendan Sanderson, I'm not sure, and soft magic systems are magic systems that aren't fully defined by laws and aren't fully understood, and hard magic systems are like the science of the world and they're properly explained. And it will also do some magical languages. It's a bit like the languages done in the book. What's the book? The inheritance cycle. Yes, that's the series I'm talking about. In that series, language was used to manipulate magic, and yeah, that's an interesting topic. So I might do a showcase about that, of how the magical languages, the languages that I used to use for magical purposes, I might do that. And thank you again, guys, for watching, and please like and subscribe, and that way you'll make sure that you're up to date with my future videos, because I'm sure after this introduction you'll want to watch my future videos. So thank you guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.